Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bahrain Now with me, your host, Bara Abdulla. We've got a great show coming up featuring great local talents, initiatives, and happenings from around the kingdom. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got an eye for design, you won't want to miss this. Interior design can be a reflection of more than just our taste. We're joined by Maysa Al-Ghawas, founder of Playworks Decor, whose unique approach to design has distinguished her in the field, all that together in this beautiful world of interior designing. Good evening, Maysa. How are you?
Hi, good evening. I'm good. Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I am great and excited. Finally, as a fan, you have amazing work going on.
Thank you.
Seeing your work and how you talk about it, and not only from an interior point of view, even from as an entrepreneur.
Thanks.
Social development, how you
Yes.
put all that together. But let's start with the first thing. What got you into interior designing?
Well, I never even saw it coming. I never even thought I would be an interior designer. I always wanted to be a graphic designer. I was into comics since I was a teen, and since I was like 3, I used to draw a
Wow.
lot. So I always wanted to do my own illustrations
Cool.
and things like that. After a while, when you try things out, you feel like, okay, this is more suitable as a hobby.
Okay.
Unfortunately, when I did enter college, we didn't have then interior or even graphics. So I had to just go with the flow and select whatever felt right. I studied business information system.
Oh, what, BIS?
Yes,
Oh, no way.
I did, yeah. And then this actually laid the foundation for entrepreneurship and business planning and having my own business.
Okay.
But I didn't, I graduated and straight away I didn't even apply to any companies or banks. I straight away went into things that have to do with creativity. So I became an art teacher for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was doing, actually I was doing comic strips in college for 4 years. They were in newspapers and all. So, but again, it was more of a hobby. I guess you can say I was trying to find what I liked the most, and I kept on reading a lot of books, and it was more about what you felt like, okay, this made me feel like a sense of achievement.
Okay.
So I started working in a furniture shop where I designed a bit of kitchens and furniture.
Okay.
I didn't feel that excited about it. Yeah, I didn't even see it coming. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would have been an interior designer, not 10, maybe 15 years ago,
Well,
I wouldn't,
give or take, I guess.
yeah, I wouldn't believe you. But then suddenly something clicked, and I thought, you know what, I am more into creativity and kids stuff, and so why not children's furniture and decor?
Okay.
So that's how I started.
Wow.
I wanted something with more legroom for creativity. After 6 years of doing that, which was my first business,
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm ready now to move on and start my own design studio. And it was more about customizing. And within the 6 years, I noticed that, space does affect your personality, especially
Wow.
when you're younger, So if you have, specific colors, the way the lighting is, they all do affect your stress, anxiety, and all. After a while, we tried, and the way I did things was learning, like trial and error.
Okay.
So, and taking courses, and I've studied, AutoCAD, 3D Max, and all the things that have to do with interior.
Wow, you've done a lot.
Yeah, but then I noticed that it's okay to hire people who can do that while you do what you think you could excel in.
Okay.
And I noticed that I do love talking to people. I do love to get to know them more. And I do love to get to know more about personalities and types and things like that. So I found out that it's not more about interior as much as more about people wanting to be heard. They want an actual change.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then we said, okay, if we could solve some, stress or anxiety, or, maybe a kid who has, has been bullied, confidence issues. Yeah. So why not try to actually help them achieve dreams, goals? Why not try to understand my clients more, and see what do they want to do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thanks. And we've done this through trial and error, where we interview the client, get to know them more, and see, okay, like what is your goal? What do you want to feel when you go into your space? Do you want to feel like you've entered a spa? Do you want to feel like it's an inspirational space where it will inspire you into, achieving your goals and dreams? And after we implement it, then we call them a month after, 6 months after, a year after, to see, did that really actually help?
Change the way you feel.
Yes, change the way you feel, actually help you achieve your goals, and it did. Yeah, so I invested more time into learning about, types and all. And it's not only just in creating the space, also communicating with my clients. So a client could write me a text message, and I would be thinking, okay, red personality, most probably I have to write everything, no voice notes, and I should send emails.
Okay, that is interesting.
Yeah, because what do people want? They want to feel heard.
Yes.
They want to feel like you can see them and you can hear them.
Right.
So, and when they do feel that, then it's easier to know them. They would open up. You would know if this person is an introvert or an extrovert. If I have met clients who have psychological issues, maybe hoarders, OCD.
Or you should meet my mom.
And a lot of people that I know. Yeah, so you do need to accommodate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
A long answer.
I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
Like I can just think right now, going to a doctor, okay, you need Panadol, you need to go for a workout. Oh yeah, interior design, myself, yeah, definitely have to go over there. It's like part of a prescription, because right now you integrated a beautiful thought of the fact is that a lot of people want to see a difference, like, oh, I just want a different kind of design, but you actually integrated the fact of goal achievements,
yes,
how you feel,
yes,
confidence in how the space is constructed and structured,
true,
which is, to me at least, unheard of.
Okay, good.
Love that. I love that. I even seen your work on Instagram in different places, and you are known for that big time. Big time, how you can definitely change any place from a simple kind of design up to extravaganza.
Thanks.
So how do you actually merge all of that? Do you just get inspired, or do you have to do a lot of reading? And you say you do a lot of comics,
yes,
Marvel or DC, first of all?
Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, they have better art. So
okay.
Yeah. I guess because I think if maybe I've studied it, I would have done it the conventional way.
Okay.
But because I haven't gone through the studying, so sometimes you feel freer to do things your own way. I do think that you have to find your core genius, which is what you really excel in. So let's say your job,
yes,
you might like some parts of it, but not all parts. So when you find what you like, those some parts, then you hone those skills. And I did find that I like concept design, research and design. So for example, a client wanted a McLaren race car bed for himself, but he said it's for his 3-year-old kid.
You know better. You can read personalities.
His wife knows better. She's like, the way he was giving us instructions on how to do it, she was worried he might sleep there in the room, So, yeah. So I don't know anything about McLarens, and it was fun researching. WWE bed, same. I'm not a fan of wrestling, but my grandfather is. And it was nice to see the design part of it. So, and every project brings this nice feeling of, something exciting and different. I don't like repeating projects or repeating themes and styles. I still enjoy kids' rooms a lot, but we do a lot of different projects. We do commercials, coffee shops, clinics, residentials, and so on. And every kind of theme you can think of. We don't limit ourselves. So we could be working on a very masculine a man cave. And at the same time, we could be doing a very feminine, Baroque, classical, like, Versailles style, coffee shop. So it's the research is fun. I get inspired from, different works, art sometimes, fashion can inspire. Yeah,
ah, interesting.
Like you can see, let's say the trend is neutrals and nude colors. You will see it seeping into interior and fashion and so many things. So yeah, everything can be inspiring.
Amazing, amazing.
Thanks.
Wow. With all that you've been through and the work you've been doing and all of that, if you can remember that one project that kind of like got engraved in your heart, whether it was a challenging one or really meant a lot to you, what would that be?
Well, that's a hard question.
Because they all are pretty much engraved.
I do have my favorites.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember something, but yeah, I have only one that comes up to my mind. We, in the interior design world, we love two sentences that we don't get to hear a lot.
Okay.
Do whatever you want, I trust you, and no budget.
Oh, budget.
So we don't hear that a lot. Like maybe in 15 years, I've heard it twice, and once only it was meant. So, yeah.
Do whatever you want.
No budget. So,
no budget.
So I remember this one client who, she's a special client, and she wanted us, and it's a very small project. We've done big projects, but this one was special.
Okay.
She had 2 kids, and and she wanted us to do a small play area where she can, see her kids. And they do have a playroom upstairs, but she wanted something in the ground floor. And I do love it when we give consultations. So I do love it when people consult me on space planning, how to make an area more convenient and how to find solutions. So it feels like it's a game, like a puzzle, this house we just bought, it's ready-made, there is no storage. What can I do? Or for example, I want a playroom and there is nowhere in this area. So I took one look at the staircase and I thought, why not do it here?
Okay.
And she said, under the staircase? That's too small. I'm like, no. If you don't need that area, I'm going to build a full small house and lawn area. And then this is what I love, she gave me the freedom to choose the theme. So we did it on the theme of the cartoon Up.
Oh, love that.
The house, the colorful house with the balloons and all.
that.
Yeah. So we customized the wallpaper and we did the lawn and we did the house exact same colors. You can find it on my Instagram.
I will check it out.
And we even ordered a mailbox and we took the boy and the girl's name and we did the handprint, their actual handprints, exactly like the cartoon. So you can see how excited I got.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I could design a 3-story restaurant. I'd be like, yes, it's a nice modern design, so.
Wow. I don't know why, the more you talk, I'm like, she could have easily ended up with a game design description. Like I can easily see right now designing an entire open world for a game, like Zelda or something like that.
We could. And like, let's say, for example, you said Zelda, I've heard of it, I didn't play it, but I could learn more and we would sit with you and we would tell you, okay, what do you like about it? And which aspects. Let's say I'm designing for a photographer.
Yes.
So we would love for their spaces to inspire them. So taking their photos and putting it there. If I'm working with a poet, I would take her poetry or her books or create a special space for work. And these things, like for example, segregating work and sleep, and it does affect you on the long run. It does affect your habits. So if you want to work out more but you don't have a room for a gym, we will create a space, for that. And we will teach you how to incorporate things that will actually hone your habits.
I feel like I need you to visit my room. It's a mess.
I can design. Oh, and I've seen every kind of house and room, and people sometimes they don't invite me over because they're afraid of how messy it is. And I'm telling them, my house is like any other house as well. It gets messy.
Yes.
So yeah, and most of the time it gets messy because there isn't a specific space for everything. With kids, the parents sometimes they tell kids, why is why are your toys on the floor? But there is no space for the toy. Like he can throw it all in a box, but if you do dedicate a space for everything, you're going to help him, clear up faster.
Are you free tomorrow?
I don't mind.
I need some help.
Yeah, whatever
I
you
need
want.
some help with all space, definitely.
Yeah, sure thing.
With all this exciting things you've been
Yeah.
doing, I can only imagine what kind of a future you're looking at right now.
Well, when it comes to Playworks decor,
Yes.
I would love to establish a strong base for my business.
Okay.
And I do have a good team, alhamdulillah, and to help the business work, not necessarily with me in it, because the people, they got used to my name.
Yes.
So sometimes even if you want them to meet the other designers, or you want the business, like you want to travel sometimes,
Yeah.
they're like, no, I want you. So
Well,
it's good, but yes, it's good, but I do feel like a successful business should work on its own, like a
Right.
machine, know. And that would give me a bit more free time, if I'm honestly speaking, to see where I want to take it next.
Okay.
I do have some ideas. I'm super into increasing the feeling of comfort in my clients' lives.
Okay.
The way you would feel when you're going in, to a 5-star or a 7-star hotel. So why not have it at home?
Why not? Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So any products or things that would help that, why not?
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. Wow.
And of course, international work, whether we are shopping for our clients, which we are doing right now, shopping for our clients outside of Bahrain, from other countries, or supplying design to other clients outside of Bahrain.
Like with all that talk, I'm like, what does she think of our interior right here? Right? I'm sure we're gonna hear more about it after the interview and all that.
Yeah. I can give you notes. It's good. I'll give you notes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well received already. But that's the thing, because you've been so active, socially speaking, as well. I mean, I can only imagine, and I can only count how many times you've been on TV, in different channels, talking about, if it's not about design, it's about entrepreneurial skills,
Yeah.
Pretty much empowering women, empowering all the kind of stuff going on out there with businesses and new ideas. You've been pretty busy, So it's just natural that people want to meet Maysa all the time.
They do give me that feeling, which it's how when you can't see it, but people do.
Right.
So sometimes I visit some clients and then they're jumping from joy, treating me kind of like a celebrity.
Well, you are, aren't you?
I don't feel it, but thank you so much.
Humble of you.
And it's nice, it is nice when your client is excited about you and trusts you.
Right.
We do have some clients who, let's say they don't really trust any designer, but they will not trust your work, they will not give you the freedom, they will interfere a lot. That actually does not help with the creativity. It hinders the work, But yeah, I'm sometimes, I feel like people have heard my story so many times that I'm like, okay, there has to be other questions, So,
Definitely.
but it's good. It's a very nice journey. And
it's
I'm looking
beautiful.
forward to the future of it, inshallah.
Oh, all of us actually want to see what's going to happen with the future of Maysa.
Thank you.
Definitely. So if you're going to leave us right now with one advice or a quote or a statement, what's that going to be?
For whom? Just
Well, let's say
generally?
for the viewers, for me, for people listening to this right now.
In regards of design?
Design or just, something you've been through in your life, in your career life and all of that. Something something you could have told your younger self.
That's
15
nice. That's
years
a really
ago.
nice question. I would say if I can go back in time and tell my younger self, I would first give her a pat on the back.
You're doing great.
For not stopping at the word no, because I've received so many no's, and trying to start my business, nobody believed in it, and not the closest people. They didn't think it would work.
Right.
And then you have people who are skeptical, and they would be like, but there are like thousands of other interior designers who actually have a degree, you know. So, and
Oh,
then
wow.
yeah, and then they would say things like, you know, why even start a business? Why not just go get a job? You know, so and things like that. So I would really give her a nice pat on the back for not stopping at no. That was very brave. Second
Wow.
of all, I would like encourage her path of, you know, being self-taught. Sometimes teaching yourself and seeking out mentors is the best way to learn. Um, and the patience.
Patience.
You know, it does take time.
Right.
People are so in a hurry. You know, they want to get their business up and running and take loans and do it all in 1 year, and then suddenly they're so shocked because they didn't go through the process of trial and error and learning, and then they close down the business within 2 years or 3. You do need, like, I do believe in slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
You know, you do need to take it slow and have
Okay.
more patience. You do need to enjoy your work. You do need to enjoy it, because if you don't, you can't give much. I mean, if you love your work and you're like in love with your work, there will be hard days. So imagine if you don't like it, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
And if I would say anything to her, I would be like, you know, just wait and see. You know, you do really need to believe in yourself more. One more thing.
Sure.
Imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. So, like, even the ones who did get an education in the design world and or any you know, area, they would have sometimes the imposter syndrome. But that goes away when you do see results.
Exactly.
You know, the results of your work.
Exactly.
And it would also take time. You do need to believe in yourself. You do need to know that you don't need to do things exactly the way everyone else is doing. You can, you know, cut your own path into life. You can do things your way. People might not like it,
Yeah.
and you know, you might even meet people who would bring you down. You might meet even competitors who would. You would think at the beginning of the road that, oh, you know, maybe they know better. But down the road, you feel like, okay, they were threatened. You know, so they would tell you sometimes, they would tell you off. You know, and I did face that. Take it with a grain of salt, smile, and
Okay.
say thank you, and just move along. You know, and last but not least, do believe that whatever happens, whether it's the economy or COVID or anything that happens, do believe that, you know, people do go through that and get out of that, and, you know, still end up standing on their own feet. They just do need to believe it. So don't listen to the environment around you that says, oh, this will not work, or, you know, who opens a business at this time?
Right.
Or, you know, one of my favorite things that motivated me was a person who said, oh, I would give you 1 year, only you're just a housewife.
Okay.
He gave me that sentence.
Wow.
On the first year I started my first business. So I remember this, I remember and thank him for that, not thank him personally, but like thank him in my mind, because that was the biggest motivation to keep on going.
Crazy.
If a person comes to you and says, well, I just give you 1 year, you know, you're just doing this as a hobby or so, every single time we celebrate the, you know, the birthday or anniversary of our business, I would be in my mind saying, well, 14 years, 15 years.
Yeah, a bit more than 1 year.
Yeah.
This
so
is very inspirational.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, 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 wow. It felt like all of a sudden right now I'm in a life coach session.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate that. Well, you
you.
know what, Maysa, this won't be the last time.
Inshallah.
Definitely, we're going to come here more with, I think, more design tips.
Why
and
not?
Trending stuff taking place in this beautiful world of interior
I
design.
don't mind at all. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's definitely a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us right here on this show.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.
Thanks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the amazing, beautiful talk with the very talented and very beautiful Maysa Al Ghawwas right here on Bahrain Now. Stay tuned for more.
As an island, boat making is iconic and historical Bahraini industry.
The shipbuilding is one of the traditional industries that the sons of the Kingdom of Bahrain are famous for since all times, which associated with their life as a nation which lives of the sea. They left a quite visible marks and prints.
I learned how to make the small ship that we work here. We learned about the different parts and how to work on the different parts, how to sculpt it, how to produce every single part of it. It's maybe 30 different parts we work on. Wood. I learned about the different types of wood and how to use the different tools here in order to produce our final result here, which is a small ship. Every one of us have his own ship that he will come out from the programmer. It's important for us to be related to be part of our culture, to learn things about our culture, and to learn how to use our hand in different things, even if we can buy it and it can be mass produced and we can find it anywhere. It's good to have the experience to work on your hands and to know how to do things when you want. I thought that it's going to be an very easy program, but then when we got to do it, it has different details. I didn't think that I'll be able to work on something with this many details on this time, and I'm happy with the results of our program, and I'm happy that it was part of us for a month. It was a part of us. That's something we enjoy doing, something I look forward to come to do. So this is my final product of the workshop. It's still not done. Some parts still need to put some parts in it. And I'm gonna put it in my home and show it to all my friends and all my family.
With us, teacher Muhammad Ali, and he's gonna teach us how to make a wooden model ship.
First of all, determine type of the ship and draw the layout. Secondly, you need to chip the wood and make the initial shape of the ship. After that, sew and cut the wood in order to make the small parts. Details are very important. Finally, assemble the parts on the ship with glue, and at the end add the sail part. And our wooden ship is ready to sail. Reporting for Bahrain International Television, I'm Walid Al-Blushi. Thank you for watching.
Well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed that episode as much as I did. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below, and stay tuned for more happenings right here on Bahrain Now. I'm Bara Abdullah. Till next time, Bahrain, goodbye, good night, and God bless.